Lot 1.
And Rebecca, I'd like to apologize for everyone listening. I called Jean-Philippe Gatien the 1991 World Singles Champion going off memory. It's actually 1993. He won it in Gothenburg, Sweden. I was at that World Championship, so I was a little off on the years. 1993, Jean-Philippe Gatien from France won the World Singles Championship.
We'll forgive you for that one, Jimmy. A couple of years out.
1, 2. The light, please, on the table. Turn off, please, the light on the table.
There's some kind of light that is bothering Togami at the table. I'm not sure which light specifically, but that's what they're talking about. Trying to figure out, and they have solved that issue. And we are ready to move along on this first game here. Great serve.
Superb work from Togami there. He looks really fired up, Jimmy.
Well, and it all started with the serve. Look at that pop-up off the serve of Togami. So great serve, easy finish. Another great serve. Again, nothing feels better when you can get your opponent to miss your serve outright. The next best thing is to pop it up like we saw the previous point. So two great serves by Togami. And there's a
3, 4.
LeBrun says, hey, I got a few good serves myself. How about that one?
3, all.
LeBrun, known as one of the better servers in the world. He's got all the variations. He got Togami to kind of pop that ball up with a banana flick, and then he drilled that backhand through him. So right now you're seeing both athletes win most of their points on the serve right now. Anytime you start a match, it takes a little time to get used to your opponent's serve. So generally, most of the receive problems are in the beginning of the matches. You saw one there. So two good servers out there, because LeBrun's also an excellent receive of serve athlete, but he's blown a lot of serves to start this first game. So credit to Togami.
4, 6.
There's another serve.
5,
so we are seeing a service war going on right now this first game. So many points being won off the serve outright.
7,
Boy,
5.
just when I said that, how about that receive? Togami said, you know what? I've blown so many serves, I'm just going to rip one and see if it goes in. Oh, nice receive there.
7,
LeBrun,
6.
so just like that, we are past the midway point of this first game, and we've seen a couple really good receives now for the first time in this first game.
7,
Another good
all.
receive. He was ready for that deep serve. Let's watch it again. Togami was hoping to catch him on that deep serve, but LeBrun was ready for the challenge and got a lot of force on that backhand loop.
7,
That's interesting.
8.
LeBrun served deep also. Sometimes when I'm out there, my opponent serves deep on me, I think, you know what, good idea. I think I'll give it back to him. That's what LeBrun did there. Great job by Togami. Ready for it. Another one.
8, all.
That's a brilliant second deep serve. You don't see these guys normally serve deep twice in a row. That time LeBrun did it. Brilliant decision. So we've seen 4 deep serves in a row. Togami did a deep service, previous service set. We saw 2 by LeBrun, 1 there. That is rare to ever see 4 deep serves in a row.
9, all.
Why are we seeing that, Jimmy? Is that because the players are adapting to the conditions here, or because they're kind of playing a copycat thing?
I think a little of copycat, but also they were both struggling so much early with all the short serves. Not a bad idea to say, hey, let's try the deep serve game, because I'm getting my butt kicked on the short serve game.
9, 10.
Just listen to the scream of Togami as he earns himself a game point. Not too much in it, though.
for Togami. It was all set up with a great receive, and then he got a lot of force on the following shot there. Let's watch it again. Good receive, and then look at that backhand opening right into the body of LeBrun to win the first game, and you see the emotion and the reaction from Togami. This is a best-of-5 match. Every game's so important. No better feeling to win than to win that first game, especially if you're Togami. He's number 25 in the world, playing the world number 7 right now, Rebecca.
Yeah, it was a really exciting opening game, wasn't it? One that really could have gone either way. And when we don't have any data, when these players haven't faced each other before at WTT level, it always adds an extra element of excitement. Let's have a look then at the top 8 seeds. Felix LEBRUN, number 6, second highest European player at the US Smash, but Lin Shidong, world number 1, seeded top, followed on by his compatriot Wang Chuqin. Tomokazu Harimoto, the top seeded Japanese player, followed on by Liang Jun-kun of China. Truls Morgard of Sweden, the best of the Europeans. Felix LEBRUN then will have a lot to think about, won't he, as he heads out onto table number 1, because that's a game he might think he could have
Second
won.
game, 11-7. Lock on.
And now expect to see more emotion from LeBrun. He's an emotional player, but when he goes down early in a match, he tends to get a little louder with the vocal cords, tries to get himself pumped up and get a little more emotional, so keep an eye on that.
Brilliant rally, Jimmy, and that is exactly the diametric opposite of what we were saying before the matches began, that we weren't expecting to see long rallies.
What an angle by LeBrun to win that point. Watch the angle right here. Put side spin on it to make sure that ball was out of the reach of Togami. There's the receive game by LeBrun. He jammed that receive off the bounce, kept it low to the net, mistimed Togami there.
Let 3-1.
And that doesn't get any better than that when talking about the receive by Togami. He drilled that serve. Watch this. Anytime you're a server, you do not want your opponent to get that kind of force on the receive. And what a brilliant decision there by LeBrun, changing things up on his serve. Watch him serve from the middle of the table to the wide forehand. That ball went half long, won the point outright. Brilliant serve there by LeBrun. And followed up by a very good receive, created a lot of topspin on that banana flick. And a great start here from LeBrun. You know, his mind, he's got to win this game. It's not life or death, but you do not want to go down 2-0 ever in a best-of-5.
7-2.
Oh, that's just too good by LeBrun, because that's a great receive there by Togami. Can't ask for a better receive than that, but an even better reaction by LeBrun.
2-9.
Well, Togami had to react quickly there, and LeBrun with the apology for a point he knows he was lucky to win. At this stage, is there any coming back from Togami? In this game, I mean, of course.
It's so rare anyone ever comes back from this deficit, but it happens once in a while. So if you're Togami, you still hang in there. You don't give the game away. But it's rare anyone ever comes back from this kind of deficit.
9-4.
And that's when you want to miss your serve, Rebecca, when you're up 9-3. Doesn't really harm you much. Obviously, you never want to miss your serve, but if you're going to miss a serve, miss it when you're up 9-3. Not much damage done. And that's why you never give up. You talked about it, Rebecca. Can you come back from games like this? Well, right now, Togami's still hanging around. He's not going away.
It's really impressive work from the Japanese player, isn't it? 2-9 down he was when I asked you that question. Can you come back?
So we've got a timeout by LeBrun. And what's interesting about this situation now, LeBrun is still a huge favorite when you're up 9-7, but not as big as when he was up, I think it was 9-2. So that's why you hang around. Always try to hang around if you're an athlete.
S'il vient en revers, t'es présent. S'il vient flipper du revers, t'es prêt. Une ou deux fois, je t'ai trouvé un poil comme ça. Là, bien vers l'avant. Allez, service, vers l'avant. Tout de suite. Allez, go!
Well, he didn't take his full 1 minute of timeout. Clearly thought he'd heard enough from his coach, LeBrun. And Togami must feel some confidence from that, Jimmy, knowing that he's forced his opponent into taking that timeout.
Here we go. LeBrun has the serve, so a huge advantage to try to win at least one out of the next 2 points. There's one right there. So he can come out and quickly erase any doubts on this next serve. Ooh, great receive. See, that serve wasn't meant to go long there by LeBrun. And again, that's talking about this altitude a little bit. That wasn't even close to going short, but he meant for that to go short. And you saw what happened. So he's disgusted with that serve. You saw his face. That's what this altitude does. Till you get used to it, stuff just goes along a lot easier.
Felix LEBRUN survives. Comeback from Togami to win the second game levels things up here at a game apiece, and this is shaping up, Jimmy, to be a pretty intriguing matchup between this pair, finally poised now at a game apiece. But LeBrun certainly not looking as convincing as we might expect him to be.
And it's so rare for any athlete to find their perfect rhythm or their, quote, A game the first match of a tournament, especially when it's in Las Vegas. Once again, this is 2,000 feet above sea level. And for anyone that's just joined us, we talked about this earlier, there's a big difference when you play in 2,000 feet above sea level compared to sea level itself. What are those differences? The ball's a lot faster. Can't create as much of an arc on the ball. So unless you've been here for a number of days or gotten some of the preliminary matches in, which they have not, these two athletes out there, it takes a lot to get used to this. And so both of these athletes are having to fight those elements right now.
And interestingly as well, you said you've been in the practice hall and conditions there are different again to the conditions inside the arena. So it just adds something else to think about.
Another great point, Rebecca. So those are all factors that these athletes have to deal with in starting any tournament. But most tournaments are not 2,000 feet above sea level.
One.
Great job there by LeBrun with that receive. Togami actually served that wide to the backhand, which is an unusual placement. That's usually into the teeth of your opponent's strength. But when done at the right time, it can throw your opponent off. LeBrun with a great start this third game. It's interesting, Togami really working the wide backhand right there. You saw where he served it. He's worked the wide backhand of LeBrun the last two serves. There's another one. So Tagami apparently, you know, in his scouting, he's like, okay, I'm not going to serve as much to the middle and wide forehand as people normally do against LeBrun. I'm going to test him more on that wide backhand, and he got him to push the last ball. Tagami's really gone for some blistering backhands to this third game. That's the second one I've seen. He's missed them both, but he's really going for some force to try to win the point outright off that backhand side. See that ball kicked up. You saw LeBrun's reaction. I actually heard him go, whoa, watch this ball right here. Watch the ball kick up. You saw his reaction. That was an unexpected kick with the topspin.
Left, 2-6.
Nice rally by both athletes. Let's watch it again. LeBrun goes back from the table. We call that fishing right there. And then he goes for the reloop on the backhand. Wasn't able to land it. Oh, great receive. That is as good as it gets in the receive department. Watch this right there. He takes it off the bounce, jams it deep near the white inline. And there LeBrun going for a blistering backhand. We've seen Tagami do that a couple times, wasn't able to make it. And once again, talking about the altitude, those are shots they can make. They've been missing all the big shots they've gone for so far this match. And those will start to land later in the tournament. But, you know, this is the first match for both of these athletes out there.
And do you think they've joined the dots? Have they made the connection, do you think, between being 2,000 feet above sea level and missing shots they'd normally make?
And that's a great question I don't know the answer to, but I can promise you they haven't all connected the dots, because it even throws me off. I just went to California last week, Ontario, California, didn't know it was 1,000 feet above, and I was missing balls all over the room, and then I looked it up and realized I was in a high altitude.
Well, Tagami looking anguished as he goes way long with that one. Coming towards the closing stages of game number 3. He's a very strong player, isn't he? But things not going his way when he tries to hit those big shots.
9-5.
So we saw another deep serve there, and there was really a good reaction by LeBrun, just a better reaction by Tagami. Oh, so much topspin on that ball, and there wasn't any length on it or pace. Watch this right here. Tagami's not expecting ball go that slow. Whiffs the ball completely. You expect that ball to come out a little more.
Well, that's 2 in a row now for Felix LEBRUN. 11-5, making Shunsuke TOGAMI look pretty ordinary in game number 3. He's one game away now from a place in the next round. It's his first time in the United States, Felix LEBRUN.
Et on la grippant un peu plus, et là il dégueule plus. Toujours tu mets ce petit plus de rotation. En fait, c'est juste mettre ta main dans les coups que tu fais à chaque fois. En bas, c'est courroie quand même. Oui, par contre, il commence à venir en vert parce qu'il commence à comprendre la lecture. Donc c'est pour ça que tu as très bien fait de faire l'inversé. Voilà, parce que tu vois, il faut que tu le manœuvres comme ça. Peut-être une fois du milieu, tu fais un latéral coupé. Comme ça lui remet une, tu vois.
C'est une base du 1 sur 2 quoi, en moyenne.
Ouais, c'est ça, c'est là où ça se passe. Ouais. Mais après, il en faut d'autres pour que ça marche pas. Allez, comment on
That is the women's world #1, Sun Ying-sha, standing head and shoulders above the rest at the top of the standings. She's up next in the opening round match against Yangtze Liu of Australia. These pictures are live from the practice hall. She's up next. She's looking relaxed and ready to take to the table in the very first US smash. And she attracts such a big following wherever she goes. Shasha. First, we turn our attention back to the matter at hand. Felix LEBRUN, 2 games to 1 up against Shunsuke TOGAMI of Japan. This is a must-win now for TOGAMI.
And he knows that. You hear the emotion on the very first point, Rebecca. Some loud vocal cords there. He's going to be pumped up this game. It's just too good. Anytime you serve deep like that, it puts a lot of pressure on your opponent. So watch the receive, pretty good receive there. But he just took that ball off the bounce, put a lot of force on that backhand and won the point. What a start for Togami.
And this is exactly what he needs to do, isn't it? Because the last 2 games, Felix LEBRUN has got himself ahead, and by quite some distance as well.
And these are the ebbs and flows of sport and of table tennis. The 2 previous games, LeBrun just was very dominant, other than that 9-2 run where he kind of came back to 9-7 in that second game. And now look at Togami. Right now you're wondering, how can LeBrun score a point? Togami's just got all the answers to start this game.
Well, LeBrun, of course, has used up his timeout, so taking advantage of the towel break to perhaps just get himself a bit of a breather.
Okay, so that ball right there came off his shirt, so they faulted that serve, and that's what that discussion was about. One of the umpires didn't catch it, came off his shirt, so they were towel breaking, and they thought it was 5-0, and they said, no, it's 6-0, that was a fault serve, so that's why there was a little confusion during that towel break. Oh, great table tennis going on right now, and Togami has found his rhythm and is playing A-level table tennis. There's a good look at the beautiful backhand of LeBrun. Such a quick stroke, so explosive, makes it look so easy.
8-2.
Let's see if LeBrun can take a page out of the Togami book, where Togami was down 9-2, came to 9-7. LeBrun looking to do that this game. Just kind of hang around if you're LeBrun. That didn't go well there. Let's watch this receive. He tried to just load that ball up with a little extra grease.
This has been an incredibly dominant game, hasn't it, from Togami? Must-win game for him, of course. 6 more game points. He's bound to be feeling relaxed with the scoreline as it is. What a way to round out game number 4. Shunsuke TOGAMI showing all of his strength and speed. What a rally that was to finish off game number 4, going to a decider. This is exactly what the neutrals want to see. This is shaping up to be a brilliant game number 5. Interesting. Sorry, Jimmy, carry on.
And I'm not surprised at all from what we've seen so far going into a 5th game.
Sorry, yeah. Here we go, game number 5, the decider. And looking at the scoreline from the last 2 games, pretty much even Stevens LeBrun winning game 3, 11-5. Togami 11-4 in the last one. So we've been incredibly evenly matched here. So not surprising, as you said a little earlier on, Jimmy, that we are going to a decider now. This for a place in the second round. What's going to be the key here? For who is going to edge this one?
Your guess is as good as mine. Anytime you go to the last game like this, you look at this before the match and almost everyone's going to say, well, LeBrun's the favorite. And now, you know, you got one game left. So I think most people would say, well, LeBrun's the favorite. But if he is, you're talking like 55% to 45%. So this is anyone's match at this point. What a treat to sit back and to watch this last game unfold. Oh, what a receive by Togami. Goes all the way around right to the forehand side, and look at the force on that backhand receive. Kept the ball low to the net to the wide forehand of LeBrun. Oh, great serve. Now, either athlete, if you're LeBrun right now, if you could just get your opponent to miss a couple of your serves outright, it gives you so much confidence in a pressure-packed game like this. Oh, great job by LeBrun. He was ready for the deep serve, made a quality receive. Watch the quality receive, and then wins the point right there. Oh, that kills right there. Oh, that's painful. That's the first time we've seen him miss a serve the whole match. And those kind of things can happen in these pressure-packed games.
Sign of nerves, perhaps, do you think?
Well, absolutely. We're in the fifth game. Every point is just critical. And, you know, this isn't tennis where they're allowed to miss their first serve. You never want to miss a serve in table tennis unless you were up 9-3 like we saw LeBrun do earlier in this match. But in the fifth game, it was 3-2 before he missed that serve. Oh, that hurts, and he knows it, doesn't it? He called a timeout right away. That tells you what that serve did to him in that moment. He wanted the match stopped. He wanted to go back to his coach and just take a minute, as they say.
Letting out a few deep breaths there, Togami. You really do get a sense of the nerves, don't you? And LeBrun's first back to the table must be feeling quite satisfied.
And Togami will be fine after that serve, but that serve's gone. And obviously, you know, that's a serve he wishes he had back, and that point was devastating for him. But he'll be fine now. You know, he had a minute to talk about it. He'll come back. And, you know, very unlikely you'll see that kind of error again. That ball was kind of a strange, came off LeBrun's racket. Let's watch it again right here. High arcing, slow, heavy topspin shot. And that threw off Togami. You kind of expect that ball to be more of a medium arc with a little more force. So those kind of high arcing slow balls a lot of times throw off your opponent. And LeBrun didn't mean to do that. That's just what happened.
You can see a real change in body language now, can't you? LeBrun, expressive, shouting. Togami hung his head there after losing that point.
Credit LeBrun for his great receive game. Right now, this whole game, he's getting them all on the table. See, there wasn't a lot of force on that. The most important thing is don't miss the receive. I like to say a bad receive's better than a missed receive. He's not missing any receives right now. There's another quality receive, but that ball was off the top of the net, so we're going to redo it again. Awesome, he finally missed a receive there. So that's what the great players do. They hate missing receives out there, especially in crunch time. And so up to that last miss there, LeBrun has been an excellent receiver this whole game.
It must be so difficult playing against a player who's screaming, being as vocal as LeBrun is.
Yeah, it's interesting. You get used to it, get conditioned to it. Oh, what a point. Oh, what a point and finish by Togami. Unbelievable finish. Let's watch it again right now on this replay. Look at that finish by Togami. Oh, great serve. Oh, that's what you need if you're Togami. We've seen 2 missed receives now by LeBrun. And if Togami can get another one, that's how he can get back into this game. It's just solid table tennis by LeBrun. It all started with getting that receive on the table, and then watch the backhands here by LeBrun to finish that point off. Ball hit the top of the net, but that was a really well-placed receive by Togami. Beautiful backhand down the line to the wide forehand of Togami, and LeBrun will have 4 match points.
Stroke of luck there for Togami, but you can't argue that you make your own luck. LeBrun, though, 3 match points remaining.
And here's what net balls do to opponents. Even though that ball was slow, it throws off the timing of your opponent. Togami erases the first 2 match points for LeBrun. But LeBrun will have the all-important serve, Rebecca, and he'll have 2 more cracks at it right now.
Well, it's third time lucky for Felix LEBRUN. Look at the reaction. His first